Hello, and welcome to another edition of Emotions Expert. I'm John Rushton. Today, we're going to be talking about heartache, something which probably most of us have experienced at some point in our lives. Some people seem to experience heartache relatively frequently, others just once or twice in their lives, but even once or twice is more than enough. What is heartache? Heartache is sometimes the culmination of facts and situations around you which have culminated into sort of pulling your heartstrings emotionally, physically, morally, spiritually. You feel low. It's you've had a relationship, it's come to an end, or you've been let down, or you've been grossly disappointed because what you've been promised hasn't materialized. It can be a whole number of things, and it can be what it is to you. The end result is exactly the same. It's heartache. It's a despondency. It's a breakdown in your mind, not a mental breakdown, but it's a breakdown in your mind of what you thought it now is no longer. Something is not what it was, and it's taking you a while to assimilate all the facts and the figures and why did they and he and she and did this, why did this happen, and I've planned this and I've done that and I've invested in this and I thought and I was so wrong, and what happened and why did this go wrong and why did they do this, and I can't understand it. And I was just doing everything I could. And now I just feel so bereft and lost and lonely and isolated. And I don't know really what to do. And I've lost my confidence in people. And it's just, I just can't explain what's going on in my mind. The agony which I'm going through, and I keep reliving it and regurgitating it, and I keep thinking about things, and if this happened and it hasn't happened, and the bottom line is I know it's all come to an end. It's no longer, and whatever will be from now on will never be the same again. It doesn't matter. I mean that things won't get better in the future, but at the present time, they're absolutely no good. And I've just got to get on with my life and enjoy it the best I can, because life is for living. It's not for whinging and moaning and feeling sorry for yourself and wanting sympathy from everybody around you, because you become a bore. You become an absolute damn nuisance, whinging and moaning. You can only tell so many people so much for so long, and then the story becomes stale and dull, and they think, haven't you moved on yet? Don't you think we've got a life? Don't you think we deserve better than to listen to you whinging and moaning effortlessly, just time and time again for this sort of sympathy feedback, because we're not giving it. And this is what you've really got to do. You've got to take a stock of yourself, where you are, and how to make things better. And time is a great healer. A lot of this will actually get better over time. However, in the interim period of time, because time hasn't matured yet, you've got to do things for yourself. You've got to pull yourself up and rack yourself out of where you are. You've got to find something or people or situations to try and take your mind off what you're doing, what you're thinking. You've got to get out of that redundant shell which you've just built or anything of that nature. You've got to find something which is going to actually take your mind into another segment of life, even with friends and whatever. They'll be sympathetic to you. So go to the cinema, go to the theater, go out for a meal, go for a pizza, go for a drink, do anything you need to do just to get out. If it's summertime, go for walks and go to the gym more often. If you haven't started the gym, go to the gym, do something. But everything you do will actually elevate you from where you are now. Moping is the worst thing you can do. Feeling sorry for yourself is the worst thing you can do. Feeling sorry for yourself initially, fine, you've got to do. But after that, don't let it get into a habitual nature. Elevate yourself into a situation where you can overcome all this. It doesn't mean that what you've got going will not suddenly dissipate into the ether and everything will be fine. It won't. It's still going to be there. It will always be there. But what you're doing is actually putting it down onto the scales, and they're going to the bottom of the line as opposed to the top of the line. And the more you do, the lesser the tension will be of the past. The knowledge will be of the past will still be there, but it'll get less and less, and it'll less pull on your heartstrings. It'll be less fraught. It'll be less assiduous to think about it. All of these things will actually get less and less. But you've got to make this effort, because there are lots of things, people, places, situations out there which were better than what you had. But you've got to find them. They're not going to come and find you. You've got to make the effort. You've got to change your mindset and not think, oh, well, it'll never be the same. I'll never be this happy again, or the happier as I was, and I don't want to be let down, so I'm not going to do anything. That is absolutely pathetic and stupid conversation. You've got to take the chance. And yes, you may be let down again, but on the other hand, you may not. But if you are let down again, then fine, you can cope even better. But it's better to have loved and lost than not to have loved at all. And it's better to have the feelings you're going to be far wiser in what you're going to do. You've got to make the effort. You've got to take chances in life. There's nothing which is a dead cert. Well, in fact, there is only one thing which is a dead cert, and that is your death. Other than that, everything is fluid. Everything happens. You've got to make the effort to get out of the heartbreak, the situation, the doldrums, the sort of narrow thoughts which continually turn in your mind, all of these things. There are fabulous, marvelous, wonderful, super people out there. There are wonderful things out there. There are far, far greater jobs than you've had out there. But you need to make sure that you actually go looking for them. I mean, I'm genuinely looking for them, not just playing lip service to it. You've got to actually go out there and actually go for the job, go for the people, make things happen, allow things to happen. That's another thing. Allow things to happen. Don't put up barriers. Oh, it happened before and I didn't like it. Or I was let down. I'm not going to get into that situation again. Oh, she said this, and oh, the other person said that, and he's like this and that. Stop all that straight away. That is absolutely pathetic. You're making yourself look and sound and feel like an idiot. You've got to allow things to happen. You've got to also take note of the situation you are in currently. If you want to be happy, you've got to go down the happiness route. You can't go down any other route. Happiness is what it is. And happiness means letting go sometimes, not putting up barriers. Because if you put up barriers, it's like building a house without any doors or windows. You've got the house, which is fabulous, but you can't get in and nobody can get out. So you've got to allow yourself to get in and out, because that way you will enjoy what is all around you. Be the person you need to be, not the person you decided you're going to be, just so it's an easy option. Don't put up these kind of barriers just to make it easy for yourself or to give excuses to other people. Be open, and don't go around telling everybody everything, because the more you tell people, you'll not only become, as I said before, a nuisance to them, you will actually put your guard down, and you'll actually start giving what you say gravitas. So what was just a little niggling thing is now something quite strong. You're giving it arms and legs and a mind of its own, and now it's taking control of your thought process. Don't allow that to happen. Be stronger than that. Be fun. Be full of love and desire and emotion. Be somebody who's grateful for life. Give from yourself to others, because in return, that'll be a reciprocated feeling you will get from them. And that will highlight everything within you. That will elevate you again. Do this for you. Don't let heartbreak stop you from being the fabulous, marvelous, wonderful person you really are. This is only a temporal situation. It will go, and like bad weather, it moves on and the sun comes out and you're enjoying life again. So understand that. Allow the sun to come out and enjoy life again in your life.